It's so overwhelming. Why are there so many manifestation techniques? 369, Nikola Tesla, law of detachment, visualization, journaling, scripting, affirmations, meditation, ad nauseum. There are so many methods. How do I pick the best method that's going to get the job done? Do I need to have this method, that method? Do I need to do a combination of the methods? I understand that it's super overwhelming. And the truth is, it doesn't matter which method you pick. There are literally dozens of ways to cook an egg. And guess what? They're all going to be breakfast. They're all going to get the job done. And so if you prefer your eggs scrambled, that's the method that you're going to use. You only need one method to manifest your desired reality, and that'll get you where you need to go. So let me explain. There's a dozen ways to cook an egg: poached, scrambled, fried, over easy, over medium. There's a million that I can't even think of right now off the top of my head. That one where you boil it and it gets all puffy. Love those. Is that poached? I already said that. Whatever. You don't need the perfect way to cook your egg. You don't need the perfect way to get your manifestation, because the reality is, just like how you like your eggs cooked, it's whatever your personal preference is. The same outcome will come from no matter which method you use. Here's another analogy that might help you. There's 10, 20, 30 different types of hammers. There's tack hammers, there's regular hammers, there's jackhammers, there's those mallets that have the plastic thing on them, right? So you don't pound something in and wreck it. If you have a nail and any one of those hammers, it will put the nail into the wall, into the floor, into the roof, whatever. Yeah, some hammers might feel better in your hand. Some hammers might actually be more apropos for the job, but either way, that nail's going in the wall. So whatever is comfortable, you don't always have to have the right tool for the right job, because there is no right tool for each job. It's all personal preference. The nail's going in the wall. The eggs are getting scrambled. The manifestation's coming. Whatever technique's going to help you get the most emotion, that's going to help you create the feeling that you want to feel, that's going to be the thing that gets you the furthest. And so try as many techniques as you can. And the third thing I really want to mention is, don't get stuck in analysis paralysis. I've met people who all they want to do is find the perfect solution. It's ridiculous, because there is no perfect solution. And I love one size fits all stuff, guys. Like, I want to put everyone in a box. I want to figure out the easiest way to deal with every single thing. I want a silver bullet for everything. And there is not a silver bullet. So if you don't like visualizing, then don't visualize. If you don't like affirmations, then don't do affirmations. I personally like law of assumption journaling. That helps me get in the mindset of feeling like I have the thing. So that works for me. That's what I do. That might not work for you. So just because I say it, or some creators talking about Neville Goddard or Nikola Tesla or Carl Jung, that doesn't matter. What matters is you find what works for you. Whatever that you can do to create an emotional connection with what you want to attract that makes you feel good. Because at the end of the day, you're not actually looking for a Ferrari, a Lambo, a hot chick, $1 million, a mansion, a boat. You want a feeling. Whatever you can do to get that feeling. The feeling, that's what you need to do. Whatever that you can do to create the feeling that you think, the Lambo, the car, the house, the boat, the hot chick, the sick bod, brah. Whatever you think you want, go deeper. You want a feeling. So if the jackhammer gets you that feeling, use a jackhammer. If the scrambled egg is the way to get there, get a scrambled egg going. Don't worry about the method. That's silly. And if you don't try all the methods, you're never going to know it works. But if you've found one that feels good, that creates the feeling that you want to feel, then just use that. Don't make it so fucking complicated. There's such an annoying issue that I see with people trying to overcomplicate everything. Now, and I think you all probably had this same thing happen to you. When you got into the law of attraction, you probably had a ton of success. And here's what happens. When you have uninformed optimism, you get really good at things because you just go, wow, this is so simple. All I need to do is think positive thoughts and imagine my desires and it'll come to me. And guess what? It works. And then you go, wow, what if I learn a million different more things? Maybe I'll be even better at creating attraction. Maybe I'll be even better at manifesting the life that I want. Maybe I'll be even better at getting the things that I want. And here's what happens. You overcomplicate it. Then it becomes hard. Then you try too many things. Then you're not sticking to any one thing. Consistency is so important when it comes to success in anything, and especially with things like this. So if you constantly keep shifting methods, if you're constantly searching for the proper way, What is that frequency? What is the frequency of constantly searching for the right way to attract things? That's a frequency of uncertainty. And what's the universe going to say yes to? The universe says yes to everything. You're saying I'm uncertain, I'm indecisive, I don't really know what I want, or I don't understand how to get there, or I don't have the vehicle to get there. And so the universe goes, yeah, I agree. Let's find more ways for you to feel indecisive. Let's find more ways for you to search for that one aha moment. Let's find more ways for this to create a gap between where you want to be and where you are right now. And so it's up to you to figure out what works best. Don't look at me or Aaron Doty or any of these other law of attraction guys, Elmer O'Loughley or Jr. I love them both, by the way. They're like two of my favorite creators. And obviously myself, I'm, top in that list. Probably like the subscribers don't show it yet, but I'm actually probably the best law of attraction YouTuber in the world right now. And it'll be there soon enough. Y'all will see. This is the video that's going to go viral. And now take this next point. This is vitally, 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 vitally important. It's not the tool, it's the action. So if you have a hammer, let's say you have a tack hammer and you need to hammer a tack into the wall, but you don't swing it, the tack's not going in the wall. If you have an egg and you know how you want to cook it, but you don't crack it, you're not getting breakfast. Action is such an important component. And if you spend time searching for the right method, if you spend time, oh my God, I don't know what to do, indecision is such an unattractive quality. And the universe knows this. The universe goes, oh, you're indecisive? Cool, let's make more things to make you indecisive. And it doesn't matter if you're wrong, because indecision is the inability to make a move in any direction. Being wrong is at least a choice in a direction. And guess what? When you make a move in the wrong direction, you're still moving, and then you can take a turn. When you don't move, you stay stuck. When you don't take action, nothing happens, period, end of story. Taking no action, making no decision is a decision. And you're essentially giving up on yourself by saying, well, I don't trust myself to make a decision. And the universe goes, yeah, we believe you. We know that. Let's create more scenarios where you don't feel comfortable making a decision. And that's going to be the life that you keep creating over and over. And you'll robotically live through your life. And I don't mean to be harsh, because the reality is I did this for a really long time. I spent an entire year after leaving my corporate job just telling myself if I said yes to everything that fell into my lap, that was the universe sending me things. And my life did not go great. I essentially checked out on myself because my confidence was waning and I just didn't want to make decisions. But I didn't want to do nothing, so I at least said yes. And that was a bad year. That whole year kind of sucked. And I look back on it and I was mad at myself for a while. But the reality is, once I got over that, hey, you made some mistakes, bro. You aren't underconfident. You aren't a bad person. You aren't someone who is like this. You made decisions that you knew weren't in your best interest because you'd given up on yourself. And what did you learn from that? And now I know that the universe doesn't just bring things into our life to say yes to. The universe brings things into your life so that you can know yourself. And you can't know yourself if you don't make decisions. You're only going to know yourself by failing or succeeding. Not making a decision will never get you to know thyself. And once you know yourself, it's very easy to do things that are alignment with your higher self, source, God, whatever you want to call it. And when you are in alignment with self, when you are in alignment with when you are in alignment with where you're supposed to be, with what you're supposed to be doing, life is so easy. Have you ever had that feeling when you're doing something and everything's just in flow? It's so simple. Like, wow, I feel so good. This is effortless. And you actually don't even think about it until you look back and you're like, oh, wow, that was so effortless. That was so easy. That's because you're in alignment. You're just in there, man. You're crushing it. You can't get there unless you make decisions. You have to crack the egg. You have to hit the nail. Make a mistake, and don't worry about it, because at the end of the day, the top three regrets of dying people aren't that they played it safe. It's that they wish they would have overcome more fear and lived the life that they really wanted. And could you imagine what that's got to feel like at the end of your life, going, wow, I was literally worried about the dumbest shit. And I'll never know what it might have been like to live the life that I really wanted. And I don't want that for you. And I don't want this to be somber. We're going to move on to the next point here. Some methods feel more effective, but it's literally just personal preference. We kind of touched on this already, but so many creators say this is the method, that's the method. But you have to understand, on social media, it makes more sense to be like, don't do this, do that. We need clickbait. It's marketing. Like, we're all used to it. It just has to exist. I wish it didn't need to, but it does, and that's okay. So when you see a new video and you go, wow, this is the only way, this person, oh, they finally cracked it, you're still on that search, man. Like, lock into a method that works. If you want to try some other ones, go test drive the car. When you have a car every time you see a car that's like shiny and new, you don't go, oh, let me dump this car and get a new car. And if you do that, your life is probably insane financially and just a vapid hole of trying to fill. But hey, if you have the money to do that, that's awesome. Like, let me know what that's like, because that sounds interesting. You know, I was going to say super fun, but it sounds very interesting. So you drive your car every day. You like your car gets you from A to B. It gets the job done. It gets you to the destination. The manifestation is the destination in this analogy. So you watch a new YouTube video and it's like that car manifestation technique doesn't work anymore. Now you need this. This is the Ferrari of manifestation techniques. You go, well, shit, I better go like hop on Carvana and dump my car. This video is not sponsored by Carvana, but if Carvana's listening, are they listening? Like, you can sponsor my videos. I will let you give me money. And I actually bought my car in Carvana. I've had a great experience. So look at it like that. You're not dumping your car every time a new shiny one comes up. Okay. Eventually, yeah, you do want a new car. And I've outgrown manifestation techniques. Okay. In the beginning, I was really big on affirmations. I don't get a lot of value from affirmations anymore. That just don't do it for me. I use triads, which is a Tony Robbins technique where I can get into character when I need to go do things. Like if I'm selling or presenting, I have like parts of myself that I overemphasize by using a mantra to be like, yeah, and like hype myself up. Or if I need to be more chill, I can chill. But on the day-to-day, I'm not an affirmation person. Like I said, the law of assumption journaling is huge for me. That's a really good way. Or I use something called gratitude hacking or gratitude jumping, where you write all the stuff that you do have that you are grateful for. And then once you start to feel really good about it, you start writing the stuff that you don't have. The feelings of gratitude wind up actually jumping onto those new things, and you're like, oh, I feel fuzzy. So for me, law of assumption is money, but that wasn't always the case, and I didn't even know about it. But it's not like the minute I found law of assumption, I was like, well, this other stuff no longer works anymore, so I gotta dump the car and go get a Ferrari. It was literally, oh, okay, I'm feeling a little stuck. What I've been doing's not been working. Law of assumption journaling, let me try that out. Let's see if that works. So my car had a bunch of miles on it, and it had run its course. It was still getting me to the destination, but not really. It was breaking down a lot, and so it wasn't giving me the emotional response. And that makes sense, guys, because as something is new, it becomes more exciting and more emotionally palpable, and ride it until that emotion doesn't work anymore. Okay, so when you find something that allows you to get into the emotional state of having the thing that you think that you want, ride that. Like, okay, cool, I'm going to lock this bad boy down. And don't do it where you get those aha moments when you try a new method. Don't try to recreate that, because that's, a rarity. The first time I ever did the CIA gateway process, I was like, oh my God, I had the biggest breakthrough of my life. And then I was waiting for a breakthrough every time, which is counterintuitive. It ruins the process for you. So as long as you can get into the emotional state of having the thing that you want, okay, let's use cars for example. Okay, I have this car. I have a Lambo. I'm so happy and grateful that I have this Lambo. And you start to feel like, yeah, I can see myself in the Lambo, my hair dancing in the wind. You start to feel good. Boom, that's working. That's your new method, right? If it's visualization, whatever. You want to I used to do this thing where I had a slideshow that I made in Google Slides, and I would look at it in the morning and just scroll through it and be like, yeah, that's cool. I even made a cutout of I removed the background from a picture that looked like a girl that I was my type, and I'd be like, yeah, we're out there. We're in the living room chopping it up. What's up, babe? So stupid, right? But it really made me feel the feelings that I had, the thing that I wanted. And so whatever that is for you, whatever way to make that egg, whatever hammer that is, just do that and just take the action. Don't keep searching. And then lastly, guys, and we sort of touched on this, another topic, because I just been riffing on this one, so I really appreciate you watching, because I just love to talk. The universe never crafted techniques. They didn't write a 10 commandments and then hand it to Moses or Elmer Locklear Jr. or Aaron Doty or House of Hybrations and go, these are my law of attraction commandments. Propagate these to the people. These are the ways to attract the things that we want. The universe didn't do any of that. The universe, through various people, has essentially said, everything is vibration. Everything is a frequency. If you want something, you need to be on the frequency of having that thing. And so whatever that emotion is, if it's love, if it's joy, if it's gratitude, all you need to do is do whatever you can to be in those emotional states. Because when you feel good, it's going to mirror having the things that you think will make you feel good. And the reality is, and this is from someone who's made significant amounts of money and wound up being miserable, is actually more happier not making as much. More happier? We'll roll with it. I've had so many more moments of abundance easily fall into my lap that will eventually get to a point where I'll be making even more money than I made at my highest apex, because I'm just feeling good. And so a lot of it is just doing nothing and just feeling good. because whatever you think you want is probably not going to make you feel as good for as long as you think it will. Irregardless, it will make you feel good for a little bit, but if you just feel joy and gratitude and love, all these cool things will come into your life. It's so cliche, but look at dating. Oh, we found love when we least expected it. It's that. It's literally, I'm just in such a good place. I'm so happy that things are attracted to me. Things just want to be around me. So whatever method's going to get you to the place where you feel like, wow, I just feel good. I'm just happy. I feel joy. I feel abundance. I feel love. Pick that method. Whatever that method is, there's no perfect method, but you are perfect. And when you find out what works for you, your life will be incredible. You will escape the matrix and you will live a life of unlimited abundance. Make sure you like and subscribe if you got any value from this video. I really appreciate you watching. Take care. Have an amazing day. Peace, love. Be good.